Welcome to the Shortwave radio channel, and of course we talk about some shortwave receivers for December 2023 and early 2024. Some of the interesting ones out there. One of them that I've actually chosen because it's available everywhere, and this one tends to be available also in a lot of electronic stores. For some reason, this is the one Sangean is pushing hard, probably because it's rather inexpensive. The Sangean ATS-405. So this is a medium wave, shortwave, and FM receiver. It does not have single sideband. It's a decent portable for what it's supposed to do. So you'll do mostly international broadcasting if you use it, of course, on shortwave. What's nice is they actually limited the frequency range of the radio, so you can't go higher than 26,100, so it won't reach the CB band, for example. Yet it will let you tune in between the international broadcast bands. So, for example, if you are hearing something that's outside of the international broadcast bands, but that could be received in AM mode, it will let you go there. Pirate radio, for example. You'll be able to go to, the pirate band 6925 or 6950 if there's an AM pirate. This is nice because a lot of the radios that are limited like this to a frequency range sometimes omit or don't let you go into any frequency outside the international broadcast bands. This one does. Its performance is nice. Its audio quality is pretty good. And it has bandwidths, so if you are close to another station, you can use the bandwidth button to actually squeeze in a little more so you can listen to the station better. With the telescopic whip, it's sensitive enough to receive pretty much most of the broadcasts. Does not have an external antenna jack, so be warned of that. But you can clip an antenna, clip a wire to the telescopic if you want, and it's going to work fine. It is a DSP-based receiver, and as such has a little awkward way of up and down signals. So when the signal gets very weak, it tends to kind of just get out. Instead of fading like an analog radio, it'll just like drop off and then come back when you're really weak, which makes it a little awkward sometimes on weak signals. But for medium to strong signals, it's not much of a problem. Display is nice. I like the display, the big numbers, and you can of course switch between time and frequency. It has alarms, it has memory channels, and so on. You can of course scan the frequency ranges. What is also on this radio, if you look on the side, you have a kind of an audio bandwidth thing here. This is like for music or voice and so on. You have a volume right here. On the other side, you will have a stereo or mono FM. And the reason this switch is there is because sometimes if you want a DX, and FM on this is actually good. If you want a DX FM, you put it mono so that it actually often gets a better reception, a clearer reception of a long-distance station. It has, of course, a power jack here, and it has a earphone jack with stereo FM in the earphones. It, of course, has a nice little keypad in the front. Like I said, it's sensitive. What's nice, a lot of people will like that if you're looking for a radio. It uses standard AA batteries. So these are rechargeables in here. On the bottom, you got two little switches that give you a lock, if you want to lock the radio so that the buttons don't accidentally turn on the radio and so on. And there's also an on-off for charge. So if you charge batteries through the radio, this is a radio that will give you that capability. It's a little more expensive than most radios that are just, for AM mode, for international broadcast listening. But what's nice is in the box, it did come with a power adapter. So if you're looking for a radio that already has a power adapter included, this radio had a Sangean power adapter included. So this is nice and lets you charge the batteries easily. So it's not a fantastic radio DX machine. You're not gonna get, it's not what you should choose if you want to DX the world in weak signal mode and so on. But if you're just doing standard international broadcasting, listen to some medium wave stations, want to listen to some FM and so on, this does the job, and it does it decently well. But probably not for everyone. Like I said, no SSB. A little bit of chuffing when you tune around. There's no tuning knob. It's up and down buttons. Something also to note. You can tune in fine tuning of 1 kilohertz or 5 kilohertz. And of course, this is what you have in the package of the Sangean radio. So, like I said, a lot of electronic stores, if they tend to have one radio, this is the one that will actually be in the store. And so it seems that Sangean is pushing this one much more than any others. So the Sangean ATS405, in a last word, if I had to say, if with all the models out there, if I choose something particularly, think about the fact that the Radio R108 is probably roughly half the price of this, and will actually get the same thing, but is a general coverage up to 29,999. So you get the CB band plus air band, which you don't have in this. So it's to think about, depending on what you want to have as a radio. Also think about it, for the price of this, you get a C-Woodon or XH Data D808, which gives you single sideband, long wave, and air band. So, you got choices that are actually better than this for the price or even less. So that's where it stands. It does well what it does. You got better choices out there if you want to have more for your dollar. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.